Here's our warm-up question. We have to solve for x, and I give you all of the angle measures in one way or another. In order to solve this question, we need to know what every single angle actually adds up to begin with. Okay, or what they add up to. So first things first, let's figure out how many sides does this shape have? 6. All right, so I know that n has to equal 6. Okay? And I know it's been a while, so we're going to go back to that equation, n minus 2 times 180. All right, so I know that I have 6 sides. I'm going to plug this in. What's 6 minus 2? 4. So 4 times 180 gives me 720. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I know that all of the angles add up to 720. What am I going to do with that piece of information? Yes, Caleb. I'm going to add all of them equal, add them all up, equals 720. Okay, so to save us some time, I'm going to take all my x's and combine them. All right, so we have this 8x plus 5x plus 6x plus 7x. So 5, 6, 7, 8 is 26x. And then I'm going to take all my constants, my whole numbers, I guess. 110, negative 1, 36, negative 2, 19, and 116. And I'm going to add all those together. Minus 1 plus 36 plus 116 plus 19 minus 2. 278. All right. And I know that that has to equal 720. I added all the red numbers together. Well, they look kind of pink, and it's kind of hard to tell, let's be honest. So I'm going to subtract 278 from both sides. And I get 442. So 26x equals 442. And to get x by itself, we divide by 26. X is equal to 17. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, what is one way that I could have taken this one step farther? I could solve for each angle. Okay? It's not fun. Not at all. No. We're definitely not going to do it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we did on Wednesday was we did this basic intro to polygons that had to do with interior angles, exterior angles, numbers of sides. We played around with that a little bit. Today we're going to dive into this idea of a parallelogram. Okay? So we're going to be looking at polygons and proving whether or not they're parallelograms given specific characteristics of these parallelograms. Okay? What is it? So, first things first. A shape is a parallelogram if opposite sides are, what do you think?
Equal. Oh.
Parallel. Okay? So we have a shape is a parallelogram if opposite sides are parallel. Okay? So when we mark diagrams of quadrilaterals, we use arrowheads. Okay, so we use little arrows to indicate if they're parallel or not. So if you look at that shape, that parallelogram that's given to you right there, we were trying to tell you that PQ is parallel to SR. Okay, because they have one singular arrowhead on them. Yes.
What's the sign for like parallel?
Oh, we're going to get there. Because that's the blank at the bottom. And we were trying to show you using the two arrowheads that QR is parallel to PS. Okay? So the symbol that we use to show that things are parallel is we actually draw a little, well, yours is probably significantly better than mine, okay? But we want to try and draw a little mini. Okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is important to know that when we draw our parallelograms, if I said draw PQRS, we're going to start at a vertex. So we're going to start at an angle, and then we go clockwise when we label our vertices. Doesn't matter what angle we start at, we always go clockwise. Okay? So look at this picture here that's given to you. We start at P. We go clockwise. Q, R, S. We never go counter. Okay, we never go counterclockwise. We always go clockwise. Okay? If you label your vertices out of order, it will throw everything off in terms of our properties. Okay? Huh.
So do you have to start with P, or can you do
No,
Q,
that's
R,
just...
S, P?
So if I could have said this is parallelogram QR SP. Yeah, I could have done that. I could have said parallelogram RSPQ. As long as I'm starting somewhere and I'm going clockwise when I label my vertices, we're good. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, the actual properties of our parallelograms. Okay? Like me. It's like, hey. How many sides does a parallelogram have? Probably more than 3.
4.
Based off our picture, we have 4 sides. No. No. We're going to, I apologize. I'm going to erase this real quick. And I'm actually going to rewrite it because it was a nasty looking 4.
Oh, so it is 4.
It is 4. But I'm also, okay, I apologize. I was thrown off for a second. Okay. What do we know? What do we think we know about our opposite sides? Okay, so first off, I know they're parallel.
They probably equal each other.
And they're congruent.
Good job.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause for a hot second. I'm going to go to our picture. Okay? I know that opposite sides are parallel, so we're going to do this, and I'm going to add double these. So I'm showing you in this picture that opposite sides are parallel. I'm also going to show you in this picture that opposite sides are congruent. Just gonna make you go to a different slide. Cool. Okay? Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, opposite sides are parallel. They're also congruent. Ladies and gentlemen, if I see a cell phone out in the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna take it. So I suggest you put your cell phones away and take your headphones out because I'm trying to teach you something.
Or opposite angles, would that also be congruent?
Yeah. So opposite angles like A and C.
Because they have
Opposite angles are congruent.
So if you know like A is 24, then C has to be 24.
Yes, so if I know angle A is 24, angle C also has to be 24. If I know angle D is 120, angle B also has to be 120. Okay? Whoa.
Nice.
Thanks. Okay, yes.
Do the lines in the middle perpendicular bisect?
No, they do not perpendicular bisect. They do bisect, but they're not perpendicular bisectors. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, consecutive angles. First off, what do you think consecutive means? Next to each other, what do? They add to 180, so they're supplementary.
How much does the angles have to add to? Or like, does it
360.
360?
Yep. So because this has 4 sides, if I plug that into our interior angle, yep, 2 times 180. Okay. And Anson actually brought this up. Ladies and gentlemen, diagonals. They bisect each other, but they're not perpendicular. Okay? That means they don't create 90-degree angles. Yes.
Would they be perpendicular if it was a square?
Yes.
Well, not hot.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, I have some cool-looking bisectors here. If they're bisectors, what do they do to the angles? Cut the angles in half. Okay, watch what I do. Watch what I do. Bisectors bisect each other. Okay. They are not the same length as the outside sides. That's why I changed the color. Okay? That's why they're different colors. Okay? I mean, I could be like, oh, hey. All right, make it difficult on me. That's fine.
Wait, why is there 3, 4?
Wow, okay.
I'm sorry, I'm just. Okay.
Well done.
Leave me alone.
Okay? Different slides, it's fine. Measure P, measure of angle QPS is 70 degrees. So first things first, where is angle QPS? It's at P. In the top left corner. So let's go ahead and label it. I know that this is 70. That's really nasty looking 70.
Well, that one's easy. All you have to do is add up to 70, 70, and then minus by 360.
Junk. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that angle P is 70. It's asking me to find SR. Ladies and gentlemen, SR by definition is the same length as what?
PQ.
PQ. So that means SR has to be what?
5.
All right. There's our first one. ST has to be the same length as what? QT. So, oh, I see what you did there. So ST has to be the same length as QT, so ST has to be what? All right, ladies and gentlemen, and then it asked for the measure of angle PQR. Which one is angle PQR?
Top right.
Top, which one? Top right, top left? What? Top right. P, ladies and gentlemen, angle PQR is in the top right. And I want to know, what does it equal?
110.
How'd you get 110?
80 minus 70.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Angle P and angle Q have to add up to 180. So 180 minus 70.
Oh, yeah, you can add.
Because they're consecutive. Angle QRS is where? Jason, where is it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I can't hear his question because y'all are talking and mumbling. Talk to me.
It's like a quadrilateral. Doesn't that equal 360?
all the angles added together have to equal 360.
Yes, and you can just tell since they're congruent, then just 180 minus. Oh, that's what you did. It's just easy. I don't see what I do.
That's 70.
Ladies and gentlemen, part of the property, listen carefully, our property tells us that angles are consecutive, consecutive angles are supplementary. That means if those angles are next to each other, they have to add up to 180. P and Q are next to each other, so they have to add up to 180. Q and R also have to add up to 180. But what do I know about angle P and angle R? They're congruent. They're opposite. They're congruent to each other. So if I were to add on to this, what would the angle of S be? Angle S would equal what? 110. Angle S would equal 110. And to double check your work, you could say 110 plus 110 plus 70 plus 70 should give you 360. Okay?
What's left of 360 by 2?
PQRS is a parallelogram. Find X and Y. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's solve for X first. First thing I notice about X, they're the lines. So what do I know about the lines, the opposite sides? They're parallel and they're equal, they're congruent to each other. So to solve for X, we're going to set them equal to each other. Okay, so we have X plus 7, and I'm going to zoom in here. So we have X plus 7, 3X minus 3. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's solve for X. We can subtract X from both sides. And then we add 3 to both sides. Okay, so I get 10 equals 2x. What does x equal? 5. X equals 5.
How do you get rid of the x?
What do you mean, how did I get rid of the x? Ladies and gentlemen, don't know why we're talking. I'm trying to do notes. Keep those side conversations low, please. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, look at your y's. What do we notice about those two y values? They have to add up to 180. Okay, so I know that 2y plus 1, right?
That's like my mind on a daily basis.
Okay, so 5y plus 30 equals 180. 5y equals 130.
Y equals 30.
30.
Y equals 30.
Okay. Okay. FG is 5. 3. J is 7. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is example 3. It tells me that FG is 5, GK is 3, and the measure of angle J is 70. And then it says find the indicated measures. It says to find JK.
It's the same as
JK is going to be congruent to what?
GK.
GK, or KJ, yes. So JK is going to equal what?
3.
JK is going to equal 3. Okay? What about the measure of angle G?
It would be 70.
70. How do I know that?
Because it's the same as
Opposites are congruent to each other. JH. And the measure of angle F? Ladies and gentlemen, any questions on example 3?
Are there practice problems for these canvas?
Yes.
Can I do them? I forgot to edit.
Yes.
The opposites will be angles are the same.
Yes.
Never mind.
Okay. Sean, I'm doing examples. Let's go. G, K. 4. Some of you have already moved down and completed it, which is fine. What do I know about these angles? They're the same thing. So I know that 3x plus 18. That's weird. Where are you getting that from? Whoa! Has to equal 4x minus 9. Y'all, I'm so confused.
because you recorded it's airplane.
Did I record? No, did I record over? Oh, I did. I think I recorded over myself. Y'all, that's creepy. Or awesome, depending on who you're asking.
Asking Christian. Yo, where's my little
Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and look at example 4. I got that x equals 27. Okay? But real quick, hey guys, if you're doing the examples, then you need to be quiet so everyone else can hear you. And those of you who are on your phones, put them on my desk. You can get them at the end of the day, and you know who you are. And if there isn't a phone on my desk, then I'll come hunt you down to your 4th period class, assuming it's still here and not at the high school, and I will take your pro card and your cell phone. What is this problem asking me to do? Solve for x. I did it. What else is it asking me to do? Find the measure. So what am I going to do with angle x? Plug it in. Now, ladies and gentlemen, when I plug this number in, 27 times 3 plus 18. Y'all, it doesn't make sense. Because this picture was not drawn correctly. Okay? When I plug in the number 27, I get that this angle measure is 99. Which means that this picture should be, instead of being like tilted to the right, we should be tilted to the left. Okay?
So technically it should be x.
Okay? So we have some 99 degrees. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, what do we know? 40 is equal to 2x plus 6. What else do I know? 6 guys. 2y minus 4. Okay, so if I ask you very nicely to solve for x and y, how do we do that in the terms of this problem?
2x plus 6 equals
2x plus 6 equals 40, and
2y minus 4 equals 16.
2y minus 4 equals 16. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's the final example. There are practice problems on Canvas in your module. Okay, capiche? I believe right now, because of the way testing was, I believe I have a practice check over angles and this. I believe it's on Tuesday. Okay? So that means, guys, your homework needs to be done by Tuesday. You have class to get some work done. Okay? Equal to 2. Whoa.